I imagine you coming into this, given your last name and your career path, you're probably pretty familiar with the original film.
I actually wasn't too familiar. I had only heard about it a couple months before I even knew about the audition. Somebody had mentioned it, or I might have seen an article online, but my interest was piqued, so I watched the original, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. I loved the characters and the story, and then the audition came through, and they were like, do you want to audition for this? And I saw it say Sparkle, and I was like, this isn't the same thing that I just watched, and it was. And I went and auditioned, and I was so excited. But one of the first things I thought was, Jordin Sparks as Sparkle. It's got a nice ring to it. So it's been really fun. I feel like I should sign my name Jordin Sparkle now. But we'll see how that goes.
You just sign English.
Exactly.
What about both of you? Did you know the original at all?
I knew of it, but I hadn't seen it. And I didn't want to see it because I felt like, let's make our own version and let's not be influenced by the great performances that those great actresses gave. Let's do our own thing. I feel like we achieved that. People that love the original, I think, are going to be
super happy,
really excited about this version too.
How familiar were you all with the original film?
I heard of it when we were about to, go forward with this film, and I didn't really know how much of a cult it was, and that's when. You go to your siblings, or you go to your grandma, your uncles and aunt, and you mention the name, and the way their eyes light up, you're like, man, as Mike said it, they're like, and you're like, man, this is the film to do.
You go mom them like it.
You all have a great dynamic as a trio of sisters. When you meet for the first time, how do you sit down and begin formulating that?
Hi, I'm Tika. Nice to meet you guys.
What did we do?
No, you start tripping up during choreography, like you're thrown at the do. Acting's not the first thing you do,
Yep. Singing's not the first thing I mean, well, actually, it was the first thing I did. But anyway,
she's just like
that. But also, I don't do it all the time like she does. So it was definitely.
We had to support each other.
Exactly.
I guess let me start by asking you, your character in this is, he's an evil guy.
I know.
How much fun is it to slip into that?
It was really, really fun. It was really, it was cool to play something that I normally don't play. Play making people laugh and stuff like that. So it was really cool. Yeah, to see, to feel myself transitioning,
What's it like being on set with him when he's in that, and you guys are much nicer guys, but you got to play that dislike?
For me, it was.
They've been mean before in the movie.
I played in a movie where, in this movie, I'm Derek's cousin, and in the movie that Mike and I played in together before, I'm Mike's cousin, and I was more the mean, and so it was cool for me to be able to be this lighthearted, loving cousin to Derek's character, but idolize Mike's character, and it was cool to see him pull it off, and I had a lot of confidence that he could do it as long as he really came to work with his hard hat on, and he did every day because his gift is there, his talent is there. So it was nice to see him really execute what he executed.
As far as getting in that time period, do you watch something from that time or movies?
I started watching performances by the Supremes and Marvin Gaye, like that whole. First of all, it's just a throwback, and you're sitting there and you're like, wow. My mom used to go to all of those concerts. She remembers the reviews. Wow. She would be in the front. She saw Smokey Robinson and his group, so she would tell me the excitement, and it felt like something special. The music was definitely something special. So I was excited to be a part of this kind of Motown sound.